Hello friends, today we will do the discussion on regarding our chapter 4 of our standard 10, and the name of the chapter 4, it is called as our quadratic equation. So today we will do the discussion what do you mean by quadratic equation. But before we have to do the discussion of our quadratic equation, first I want to make you remind the definition of the quadratic polynomial. Everyone, you just have to see, actually in the last days I said the quadratic polynomial means just like this, 2x square plus 3x plus 4. This one, it is one of the quadratic polynomial, because the quadratic polynomial means the polynomial in which highest power of the variable it is 2, that polynomial we can call it as the quadratic polynomial. For which this one, it is one of the quadratic polynomial where the powers are arranged in the descending order. And now I am giving you another example of the quadratic polynomial. See, 6 plus 3x square. Here it is, see, here the power of the variables are not arranged in the descending order, but we can call that polynomial, it is our quadratic polynomial, because in this polynomial the highest power of the variable it is our 2. Highest power of the variable it is our 2, for which this polynomial we can call it as our quadratic polynomial. And the standard form of the quadratic polynomial I am showing you here. See, just ax square plus bx plus c. So this one we can call it as the standard form of our quadratic polynomial. Remember one thing, to get the definition of the quadratic equation we have to take the help of our quadratic polynomial. Remember, whenever the quadratic polynomial, this one it is one of the quadratic polynomial, this one it is another quadratic polynomial, this one it is another quadratic polynomial. Whenever the quadratic polynomial I am equating to 0, this one also equating to the 0, this one also equating to the 0, then after the equation what we obtain, that one we can call it as our quadratic equation. So for which, remember one thing, quadratic equation in one way one can say, quadratic equation it is the equation obtained. Quadratic equation it is the equation obtained on equating the quadratic polynomial to 0. It is called as our quadratic equation. On equating the quadratic polynomial to 0, on equating to the quadratic polynomial to 0, whatever the equation we are obtaining, that equation we can call it as our quadratic equation. This one, it is one definition. Otherwise, another definition you have to remember, the equation which is in the form of, remember, the equation which is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, where a, b, c are, see, one will ask, what do you mean by a, b and c? A, b, c are a real number, where a, b, c are real number, but a should not be 0. So it means where you are getting that the equation it is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c it is equal to 0, and a, b, c all are our real numbers, but a it should not be 0. But a should not be 0. Suppose one will say that, sir, why a it is not equal to 0? Suppose a it will be 0, what it will happen? Everyone, you just have to see, whenever a it will be 0, it means 0 into x square, it means this term total becomes 0. It means the equation it becomes bx plus c. So now say, can I call this one it is our quadratic equation? Why I cannot call it as the quadratic equation? Because here the highest power of the variable it is 1. So for which we can call it as the linear equation. But under our discussion, the discussing topic it is our quadratic. So whenever the coefficient of the x square it will be 0, it means this term becomes 0. So for which important thing you have to remember, at any cost a should not be 0. Perfectly understood? Perfectly understood the definition first, clear? Then after I will say to you which things we are going to learn in this chapter. Everyone remember which things we are going to learn in this chapter. First important point it is, we have to check whenever any of the equation it will be given, we just have to check whether the equation it will be our quadratic equation or not. Okay, So check quadratic equation are not checking. So it means checking up quadratic equation. So first point which we need to discuss, that one it is checking of the quadratic equation, whether the equation it is in the quadratic equation form or not. And second point it is finding the roots of quadratic equation. It means next point we will do the discussion how to find the roots of the quadratic equation. Remember this one, it is the important point, also the interesting and also the easier point, that how to find out the root of a quadratic equation. Remember, the root of the quadratic equation can be obtained in three ways. One, it is by factorization method. But the factorization by splitting the middle term. Factorization by splitting. Okay. And the next formula it will be our squaring method. And the next one, another method it is there. The name of the method it is our quadratic formula. So it means three formulae are there to find out the root of the quadratic equation. So question may come that you have to find out the root of the quadratic equation by using our factorization method, otherwise by using your squaring method, otherwise by using our quadratic formula. Otherwise one can say that directly you have to only find out. So only find out means whatever the method you will feel comfort, in that method you have to find. Ready? And the next one it is, and the last point it is to be discussed. The name of the last point it is our nature of the roots. Without finding by this way, how one can say it easily? Whether that roots, its nature it is how much, means whether its nature it is means that root means number of roots, it will be how many numbers. It means number of root. Nature of the roots means number of roots, it will be how much in a number. We can say without getting by using the three formula. Directly how we can predict that the number of roots are how many in numbers. Understood? So now we will do all the things one by one. Understood? So first point it is we have to check which of the equation it will be our quadratic equation or not. See, this one it is one of the equation it is given, and here it is asked, you just have to check whether it is in the quadratic equation form or not. Just remember one thing, whenever this type of a bracket things are there, by seeing one cannot say whether the equation it is in the standard form of our quadratic equation or not. So for which it needs that you have to open the bracket. Everyone see, so it is already in the form of a plus b whole square. So for which it can be written just like this: x square plus 1 plus 2 into ab means 2x. A square plus b square plus 2ab, and right side it is our 2x minus 6. Then after see one thing, here it is 2x, here it is 2x. I am cancelling from both the sides. Then after all the variable and constant, I am transposing to one of the side. So for which it becomes x square plus 1 plus 6 is equal to 0. Here it is, see, which becomes x square plus 7, it is our 0. Everyone, you just have to see, here we are getting one of the equation where the highest power of the variable it is 2. as we are getting one of the equation where the highest power of the variable it is 2, 100% that one it is our in the quadratic equation form. So for which we can say that yes, this one it is one of the quadratic equation. Perfectly understood? Okay, so now I will give you another example. Okay, see in the second question, here it is one of the equation it is given, also the same thing it is asked that you just have to check whether it is in the standard, it is in the quadratic equation form or not. Whether it is in the quadratic equation form or not. To check whether it is in the quadratic equation form or not, the important thing is you have to open the bracket. Open the bracket, but many of the students they are feeling that sir, here it is x, here it is x, means x square, as it is x square, so 100% it will be in the quadratic form. But see one thing, here it is x, here it is x square, right side it is also x square. Whenever you are getting the situation just like this, see here x square, clearly it is seen from both the side, both the x square it will be cancelled. Okay, so here all these things we have predicted. So let's have see what it is the reality. See, whenever x we are multiplying with the total, it becomes x square plus x. And whenever minus 2 it will be multiplied with the total, it becomes minus 2x plus 2. Right side, x it will be multiplied with the total, this one, it becomes x square plus 3x. Minus 1 multiplied with the total, it becomes minus x minus 3. See, here it is x square, here it is also the x square. From the equation, same term we can cancel from both the sides, such that the equation it will remain same. Then after see, here it is everyone see, here it is x minus 2x, it means it will be our minus x, and here it will be 2x, everyone see, here it will be 2x. So for which all these things I am transposing to the left side. On transposing it becomes our minus 2x, and previously it becomes minus x. Here it is plus 2, here it is minus 3, transposing to this side it becomes plus 3, it is our 0. Which becomes minus 2x minus x, it means our minus 3x plus 5, it is our 0. Clearly seen one thing. Clearly it is seen one thing from the equation. Here the highest power of the variable it is our 1. So for which we cannot say this equation it is our quadratic equation. Understood? Whenever any of the question it will come, that you have to check whether the equation it is in the quadratic equation form or not. How to do? Always you have to open the bracket. Then after like term you have to solve. Then after you have to check whether it is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, or the equation what you are obtaining, whether the highest power of the variable is it 2 or not. If it is 2, it is quadratic. If it is not 2, then after it is not the quadratic. Understood perfectly? Perfectly good. See, whenever you are getting any of the equation it is in the quadratic equation, already you know how to check whether it is in the quadratic equation form, otherwise not in the quadratic equation. Then after second step it will be, whenever you are getting any of the equation it is in the quadratic equation, how to find out the roots. Everyone you just have to see how to find out the roots. Suppose one of the equation it is given, suppose 2x square plus 3x plus 5 it is equal to 0. Otherwise make it as the minus 5 it is equal to 0. It is one of the quadratic equation. It is one of our quadratic equation. So it is asked that how to find out the 0 of the quadratic equation. But before that we want to know what is the meaning of the 0, otherwise root of the quadratic equation. See, actually root of the quadratic equation means for which value of x I will put it in the equation such that left side it becomes right side. Otherwise, for which value of x I will put it in the equation such that the equation satisfies. The equation satisfies for which value, that value we can call it as the root of the equation. Root of the equation. See, suppose I will see, everyone see, whenever I will put x it is equal to 1. See, here it is 1, here it is 1. So it means this one becomes 2 into 1 square. This one becomes 3 into 1, and here it is minus 5. And here it is clearly seen, it becomes our 0. 2 plus 3 equal to 5, minus 5, it is equal to 0. As we are getting for x is equal to 1, the left side of the equation becomes the right side of the equation. So for which x is equal to 1, we can call it as the 0 of the equation, 0 of the quadratic equation, otherwise root of the quadratic equation. Understood perfectly? Now the question is how to find out the root of the quadratic equation. Now the question comes that how to find out the 0 of the quadratic equation. See, everyone, you just have to see the first formula. It is the 0 of the quadratic, the root of the quadratic equation, it is also same. Listen, root of the quadratic equation, it is also same as 0 of a quadratic polynomial. See, 0 of a quadratic polynomial means this one, it is our quadratic polynomial. Total one togetherly we can call them as the quadratic equation. So quadratic polynomial, it is this one. Whenever the question comes to find out the root 0 of the quadratic polynomial, in that case the quadratic polynomial you equated to 0 to find out the 0 of the quadratic polynomial. So remember, getting 0 of the quadratic polynomial, it is same as getting the root of the quadratic equation. Actually, root of the quadratic equation, it is also having the same meaning as getting the root of the equation. Root of the quadratic equation, it is also same as to get the 0 of the quadratic polynomial. And you have already known how to find out the 0 of the quadratic polynomial. 0 of the quadratic polynomial means you have to equate it with the 0. Then after the formula it is, see, by splitting the middle term. See, middle term how to split? It means middle term you have to split in such a way. Middle term must be splitted in such a way such that sum it should be plus 3. Sum it should be plus 3. And product formula, remember, and the product should be how much? Product should be, here it will be the coefficient of x square, and here it is the constant term. So here the product, it will be how much? 2, here it is minus 5, so that much it should be the product. It means our product should be minus 10. It means our product should be minus 10. From where you will get it as the minus 10? So product means x square, its coefficient, and the constant term. Their product, it is how much? Our product should be this much, and also the sum, it will be this much. So it means it will be asked that you have to split the 3 in the form of 2 numbers. In the form of 2 numbers whose product it is equal to minus 10, but the sum it will be plus 3. Remember one thing. Whenever the product of the 2 numbers, it will be minus 10. So it means minus 10 means 100%. One will be plus, another one it will be minus. And you know very well, whenever one it is plus, another one it will be minus, product it will be negative. But then one it must satisfy the sum also. Actually, we have to choose the 2 numbers in such a way. 2 numbers must satisfy the product related condition. Also 2 numbers must satisfy the sum related condition. Product related condition, product it is negative. So it means one positive, another negative. Then after question it will come that which one it is, greater one it is positive, otherwise smaller one it is positive. See, actually 2 numbers, product it is minus 10, it is clear. But the sum it is plus 3. Remember, whenever one negative, another positive, it was asked to, you have to add. Whenever you have to add them, the trick is always you have to find out the difference between their numeral. Number difference you have to find out. And number difference you have to find out. Then after greater one having which sign, that sign it is to be given to the difference. So it means here the sign it is a plus means 100% the greater one should be plus. Understood? So that difference having the plus sign. Up to this clear? See, now what to do? Greater one positive, smaller one negative. Trick remember. 10 means, everyone see, 10 means first you have to factorize the 10, only number 10. 1 into 10 it is equal to 10. Then 2 into 5 it is equal to 10. 1 into 10 it is equal to 10. Then after 2 into 5 it is equal to 10. As I have already said, greater one it is positive, this one it is positive, this one it is positive. So this one it will be negative, this one it will be negative. So which option we have to choose from the two options, whose sum it is equal to plus 3. See, here the sum it is equal to how much? Here the sum it is equal to 9, but here the sum it is equal to 3. So for which we have to choose the two numbers, one it is our -2, another one it is 5. So for which we have to choose one number it is our -2, another one it is our 5. See, so only one thing you have to do, then after where you are getting the plus 3, in that plus 3 place, you have to write it as, everyone see, it means next one it is our 2x square plus, in place of a 3, you have to write it as the 2, next one it is our -2, next one it is our 5, this much x. Already we got one of the number it is our -2, another one it is your 5. So for which in the next step you have to open the bracket, 2x square, directly I am writing -2x plus 5x minus 5, it is our 0. Understood? Which implies you have to rearrange, and out of 2 one common factor you have to take, out of 2 also you have to take one of the common factor, it has the common. See, so here it is 2x, here it is 2x, it is also here. So for which highest common factor it is 2x I can take, so that within the bracket x minus 1, and here from the 2 I can take 5, it is the common, and within the bracket x minus 1 it will be there, which is equal to 0. Then after, the total number of 4 terms has been reduced it into 2 terms, 1 term and 2 terms. And here from the 2 terms, x minus 1 and x minus 1 it is common. So for which by taking x minus 1 it is the common. Here it is the non-common one, it is our, see, non-common one it is our 2x, and here it is 5. So for which here I am writing 2x plus 5, it is equal to 0. Got perfectly? So it means product of a 2 factor it is your 0. It implies, it means x minus 1 it is equal to 0, or 2x plus 5 it is equal to 0. So whenever x minus 1 it is equal to 0, its solution is x is equal to 1. And here it is, whenever 2x plus 5 it is equal to 0, see clearly it implies 2x it is equal to minus 5, which implies x it is our minus 5 by 2. So it means one thing it is clear, that the two roots are 1, another one it is our minus 5 by 2. So it means both are the roots of the quadratic equation. Otherwise one can call it as the both are the 0 also one can say. Understood perfectly? So by which method we have solved this question? The name of the method, it is our factorization by splitting the middle term. Factorization by using the splitting method, otherwise by splitting the middle term of our quadratic equation. See, the same question now I will do in the another alternative way, and the name of the another alternative way, it is our squaring the quadratic equation. See, the second method it is squaring method. By squaring method, how we can find out the root of the quadratic equation. See, squaring method, always one thing you have to see carefully. Whenever you are getting with the x square any of the other coefficient other than 1 it is there, always try to make it 1. How to make it 1? By dividing 2 with each of the term. See, whenever I am dividing 2 with each of the term, it becomes x square. Next one becomes 3 by 2x. Next one becomes 5 by 2, and the last one becomes 0 by 2. It means also 0. Understood perfectly? See, next one we have to do, see carefully. Next one, we have to try to make it as the square, just like a plus b whole square, otherwise a minus b whole square form. Everyone see. So here it is first term, it is already in the square, it means x square. Then after this one it is x, means we have to write the 2ab form. A square, then after 2ab form. As here it is x square, next one it is x, it means first one it is a square, another one it is 2ab form. We have to try to adjust. X square ready, then after 2 a ready, a means x. Then after how much I will multiply so that it becomes 3 by 2x. See, x already balanced, x already balanced, but I want 3 by 2. So for the 3 by 2, 3 it is there, 2 it will cancel to which one, such that it will be 2, it will be left. See, if I will write it as the 4, then after 2 will cancel the 4, so then after finally 3 by 2 it will be left. So it means x square means here it is first term ready, and here it is 2x, suppose here it is y, it means our second term it is also ready. Otherwise a square plus 2ab it is ready, so we have to write it as the b square. B square means 3 by 4 its square. As we have written the extra 3 by 4 square, for which minus 3 by 4 whole square I have to subtract, otherwise minus 3 by 4 whole square I have to subtract from this one. Whenever once again both will be cancelled, it gives us 0. So it means plus I have given, also minus also I have given. See one thing, this one matching with this one matching with this one 0, but for this one I have to write it as the once again 5 by 2, here it is 0, is equal to 0. See everyone, this one it is the formula, this one it is the formula of see x plus 3 by 4 whole square. This one it is in the expandable form of a square plus 2ab plus b square. So for which I have written it as the x plus 3 by 4 whole square. Then after c, then after which one it is pending? This one. It means this one I can write it as the 9 by 16. Next one it is our 5 by 2, which gives us 0. Which means x plus 3 by 4 square plus here it means minus 9 by 16. Otherwise here I am adjusting minus of 9 by 16, it means plus of minus 9 by 16. So from the 2 I am taking the 16 it as the LCM. Here it is minus 9 and here it is minus 40, which becomes 0. Which implies x plus 3 by 4 whole square here plus of minus 49 divided by 16 is equal to 0. Which implies in the next step it becomes x plus 3 by 4 whole square, it is equal to 49 by 16. Here it is minus 49 by 16. On the right side I am transposing, which gives us 49 by 16. See, everyone see here. See, here x plus 3 by 4 whole square it is equal to this one. It is the situation just like this. See, a square equal to 49 by 16. So it means it will be its square root. It will be its square root. So in the same way we will proceed. See, x plus 3 by 4 whole square it is equal to 49 by 16. So for which x plus 3 by 4 it is the square root of 49 divided by 16. And here it is the square root means positive square root, also the negative square root. See, for which x plus 3 by 4 it becomes our plus minus 7 by 4 plus minus. See, which gives us x it is equal to minus 3 by 4. Otherwise here I am writing which gives us x it is equal to minus 3 by 4 plus minus 7 by 4. So it means two roots we will obtain. X it will be minus 3 by 4, one it is plus 7 by 4. By taking it as the plus, one of the root you have to obtain, and another one it will be x it is equal to minus 3 by 4 minus 7 by 4. And whenever you will solve it, you will get it as the 7 minus 3 equal to 4 by 4, which it is equal to 1 you will obtain. And here you will obtain it as the minus 5 by 2. So it may be first process, otherwise it may be the second process. In both the process we got the same result. So first method we did, it was the factorization method by doing the splitting of the middle term. And the second method, what we have done now, this method name it is called as our squaring method. Squaring method. The same question I will show you by using our quadratic formula. Quadratic formula. See, by using our quadratic formula, how we can solve it easily. See, the question it is same, but before we have to apply the quadratic formula, everyone see, before we have to apply for the quadratic formula, you just have to see from the quadratic equation which one it is our A. See clearly, this one it is our A, this one it is our B, and this one it is our C. And always the important thing is, you have to check first B square minus 4AC it is greater than equal to 0 or not. Actually the quadratic formula it is to be applicable whenever b square minus 4ac it will be greater than or equal to 0. So first important thing is you have to check b square minus 4ac it is equal to how much. See, b square means 3 square means 9, minus of 4ac means 4, a means 2, c it is our minus 5, which gives us 9. Here it is 5 before 40. Here it will be plus 40, which gives us 49. So 49 means 100% it will be greater than 0. 100% greater than 0. See, so this formula, whatever the formula I will apply, the formula it will be applicable only when b square minus 4ac it is greater than 0. b square minus 4ac greater than 0, then after we can apply the formula. See, here the formula directly you have to put it as, see, x formula it is equal to, remember the formula, minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac root over divided by 2a. Directly remember the formula, x it is equal to minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac divided by 2a, and the name of the formula it is called as our quadratic formula. Otherwise, its another name it is also Sridhar Acharya's formula. Understood? Then after only you have to put the value of the variable. See everyone, x it is equal to minus b means b it is equal to 3, minus b means minus 3. Here it is plus minus, see, b square minus 4ac. b square minus 4ac already we got it as the 49. So for which directly write it as the square root of 49 divided by 2a means 2 into 2, which is our 4. Then after you have to solve, which implies x it is equal to minus 3 plus minus root over of 49 means 7 divided by 4. See, here it is plus, another one it is minus. It means two chances it will come. One it is x it is our minus 3 plus 7 divided by 4, it is one chance. And another one it is our x it is your minus 3 minus 7 divided by 4. You have to solve and find it. 7 minus 3 it is equal to 4 by 4, which is our 1, and here it is minus 3 minus 7 means minus 10 divided by 4, which gives us minus 5 by 2. Also by using the first formula also we got the two roots where 1 and minus 5 by 2. Also in the second formula also we got it as the minus 5 by 2. Also in the third formula also we got it as the 1 and minus 5 by 2. So it may be first formula, it may be second formula, otherwise it may be last formula. Everywhere you got the same solution. And you have to remember one thing, this one it is the easiest formula. By putting the formula directly you can find out the root of the equation. only one thing you need to check before putting the value, before finding the roots, only you have to check b square minus 4ac, is it greater than or equal to 0 or not? If it is greater than or equal to 0, then after put the formula directly. Understood perfectly? See, now we will do the discussion on regarding our nature of the roots. See, ax square plus bx plus c, it is your 0. So it means this one, it is the standard form of our quadratic equation. Listen one thing, how we can say without getting the root of the quadratic equation by using the last three method, without checking, how we can say what will be the nature of the roots. What will be the nature of the roots? You just have to listen. Listen, one of the thing you have to check only d value. D means b square minus 4ac. Previously in the last method, Sridhar Acharya's method, we got the value of b square minus 4ac. So that b square minus 4ac, it means our d. It means d, and d it is used on behalf of a discriminant. And see, first you have to find out the value of the d. You need to find out the value of the d. See, so it means the d value, see everyone, d value it will either be greater than 0, d value it will be equal to 0, otherwise d value it will be less than 0. Whenever you are getting the value of d, so d value may be greater than 0, may be 0, otherwise may be less than 0. Listen, whenever you are getting d value, it is greater than 0. Greater than 0, so it means two roots are real and different. It means whatever the root you will obtain, that two roots are real, but both the roots are different. Just like 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, both the roots are different. But whenever you are getting d value, it is equal to 0. It is equal to 0. Two roots are real. See, two roots are real and equal. Two roots are real but equal. It means the two roots you will obtain just like this: 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 1, 5 by 2, 5 by 2, just like this. And whenever you are getting the d value, it will be less than 0. Less than 0, the nature of the roots, it is no real roots you will obtain. No real roots, no real root you will obtain. So it means you will obtain two real different whenever d it will be greater than 0. Two real equal whenever d it is equal to 0. And you will get no real roots, no real root you will obtain whenever you are getting d value, it will be less than 0. So now I will show you 1, 2, 3 question, few of the question I will show. So from where you can easily understand that how we can find out how we can check find the value of the d, then after how we can say the nature of the roots are of which type. Okay. In this quadratic equation, it is given that you have to find the nature of the roots. You have to find the nature of the roots. Listen, to find the nature of the roots, before that you have to check which one it is your a, which one it is your b, and which one it is your c. This one it is our a, this one it is our b, and this one it is our c. So first we have to find the discriminant, and the formula to find out the discriminant, it is our b square minus 4ac. See, here b square means minus 3 square means 9, minus 4ac means 4 into a means 2 and c means 5, which becomes 9 minus 5 to the 10, 4, 40, which gives us minus 31. And here it is clearly seen that minus 31 it is our less than 0. Minus 31 it is our less than 0, and I have already said d it is greater than 0, two real roots and different, and d it is equal to 0, real roots both are equal, And here it is whenever d it is less than 0, so it means no real roots we can obtain. So it means if you will attempt to find out the root of the quadratic equation, always you will get it as the no real roots. No real root you cannot obtain. Understood? Now we will do the discussion of the another question. See, in this equation, it is also asked you have to find out the nature of the roots. You have to find the nature of the roots. And the trick, it is always same. It is our A, this one it is our B minus 6, and C it is this one. It is our A, this one it is our B, and this one it is our C. So first you have to check for the D value, it will be how much? D value it will be B square minus 4AC. Here the B square means minus 6 square means 36. Minus 4AC means 4 into 2 into 3. So which means 36, 4 to 8. 8, 3, 24. Which gives us 36 minus 24, which gives us 12. And you know that 12 it is greater than 0. So it means here the D value it is greater than 0. Whenever the D value it will be greater than 0, I said the two roots are real and different. Understood this question? See, in this question, our A it is this one, B it is this one, and C it is our this one. D it will be our B square minus 4AC. And here B square means this much square. B square means C. Minus 4 square means 16. And here it is root over of 3 square means 3. It means 16 into 3, which is our 48. Then after here it is, see, then after 4AC means 4, A means 3, and C means it is our 4. So which gives us 48 minus 48, which gives us 0. So here we are getting the D value it will be 0, for which the nature of the roots are, two roots are real and equal. Both the roots are real, but both the roots are equal. Understood? So whatever the thing I have done the discussion, so it means first point I did the discussion on regarding the checking of the quadratic equation or not. I have done only 1-2 question, so you have to do the next number of question, remaining question. Today you have to do the checking. Also in the 3 ways, one of the question I have done in the 3 ways. Also you have to do attempt to solve the remaining question in the 3 ways, and also last method means how to find out the nature of the roots. So all these things you have to cover, and if anywhere any difficulties, feel free to talk to me. Okay, so today the discussion it is this much. Once again we will get together on the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.